An ordinary reaction to a snake and its search among the hay, a meeting with a dangerous enemy, which is surrounded by a run of gorillas and an interesting company along with lions. Sometimes gorillas behave very strangely. They run away from those who are several times less than themselves and do not pose any danger, but quite calmly feel themselves even surrounded by predators. Let's look at it. In this issue you will see the meeting of gorillas and other monkeys with different animals. Versus what? Usually, in nature reserves, the safety of animals is thought out at the highest level. So much so that even the most dexterous hooligan or the smallest animal is unable to penetrate the territory of a tiger, bear, or grizzly bear. However, in the state of Florida, something seems to be wrong with safety. Right in front of the tourists, the gorilla noticed a snake in the haystack. She immediately called for the help of her fellows, which was quickly responded to by people. The uninvited guest also interested the dominant male of the group, who must ensure the safety of the whole group, being the head of the family. Soon, the primates began to try to find the crawling among the grass, dangerously throwing the haystack aside. And they did it. However, the gorillas decided not to do anything further. Who knows what the snake is capable of? What if it turns out to be extremely poisonous? It remains only to wait until the park employees arrive and solve the problem. In general, gorillas are very curious animals. They are ready to look for snakes just to watch them and approach unknown animals for the same interest. This is exactly what happened in this video with the goose. The gorilla approached him in the hope of making friends, sniffing him, somehow inspecting. And then, instead of a gentle hello, he rushed to her side and began to chase. Although for us, people, from this side it seems to be strange, the gorilla did the right thing. She didn't know what he was capable of. But as for the goose, he is probably just very confident in himself. However, not everyone dares such a big guy. A meeting with a bird. However, if a gorilla meets a creature even smaller than a goose, like, for example, this bird, then in relation to it, it will be very kind and able to show compassion. In this video, people walking through the national park noticed a poor, dirty creature that flew into the gorilla's enclosure. Not seeing the situation, they might think that an aggressive monkey shot a tiger. But fortunately, everything happened in a completely different way. A large and, at first glance, awkward gorilla very gently and carefully examined the poor thing. The monkey was afraid to hurt her, and realizing that her ability to rehabilitate the bird was not enough, she preferred to just leave her alone and hope for love. And who will say after that the gorilla is unthinkable? There are many examples that if a gorilla gradually gets to know other animals, they will be more than calm and affectionate towards them. For example, a big guy gets along at the same time with a surrogate, some monkeys and birds. Look, an unwanted guest. But if you still want to go to the gorilla's aviary, then here they will already rise in full swing. A dog from a zoo in San Diego strangely made its way to the territory of the gorilla and did not know how to get back to it. It walked through all the free paths and, without noticing it, got right to the huge primates. The gorillas, of course, were not happy with such an unexpected meeting, because it meant that someone was showing off on their territory. At the same time, they were not in a hurry to attack, punch in the chest, and so on. After all, the dog did not look them in the eye and constantly ran away. The gorillas just walked their four-legged friend to the cliff and pushed someone down. Fortunately for everyone, this became the perfect solution to the problem. But the one who perfectly copes with gorillas is a lion. Primates have absolutely no questions to the Beast King. They understand how strong and dangerous he is, so no one wants to mess with him. By the way, if someone didn't know, in a one-on-one battle, a gorilla could easily defeat a lion, but the whole point of the kings is that they live and move in pairs. If you attack one cat, several others will immediately stand up to protect it. Such a brotherly alliance is not observed in other wild cats, which is why lions are considered extremely strong. But we didn't talk about a fight at all. The lions peacefully rested and looked at the horizon while the gorillas were having fun with their relatives. It turns out that there can also be peace and tranquility between these creatures. At least such a gesture of nobility was in this video, shot in safari. The lion was often completely alone. Apparently, his mother died in the result of the battle. Without a parent, the baby would not have survived, but then this monkey came to his aid. She picked him up on a tree with her, where other predators would not reach them, and began to take care of him like his own baby. But don't rush to think that now the lion will become like Mowgli. The monkey will protect him only for the first time. As soon as the predator becomes more or less independent, their paths will diverge like in a sea of ships. Probably even better. The scene from the future. You know, it would be funny if the scene of the meeting of the grown-up lioness with her mother monkey looked something like this. In general, this is another proof that with age the lion is not a place among primates. On the other hand, a primate would definitely have something to teach a grown-up predator. Just look how cute two tiny monkeys are protected from a little lion. As soon as one of the brothers thought that the cat could harm his friend, he immediately, without thinking, burst into the thick of events and stood up to protect. I especially liked how these two then hugged each other. Happy Easter on Barnet Island. The island of Borneo is located in Southeast Asia and is one of the largest on the planet. Of course, this implies that a huge number of all kinds of animals live on it, including endemics. One of those, which, by the way, are on the verge of extinction, are rhinos, monkeys, which nature has rewarded with a beautiful long nose. Why are these beauties on the verge of extinction? I think the following shots will explain everything to you. These monkeys often swim across the river, gnawing at crocodiles to find delicious food. When primates jump into the water, the sounds of splashes are heard for more than 200 meters around, which immediately attracts the attention of crocodiles. Cold-blooded predators go hunting and are not going to forget mistakes. Fortunately, rhinos swim well because of their well-developed, plump paws, and this time everything went without casualties. But I think everyone understood why their population is rapidly decreasing. Next, I will show you funny encounters with gorillas, as well as tell you all the differences between these primates. Stay, it will be interesting.